Yo, what's going on everyone? Miles Midoriya here, and this is a quick video talking about some details mentioned about the movie Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. In the article, they were talking to screenwriter producers Phil and Chris, and they mentioned about Miles is that he's growing up, he's trying to figure out how he can go out and see the world and spread his wings and leave the nest. But he also feels rooted to his home and his family. It's that push-pull of your life as a teenager where you're like, how do you get to be your own person, but also not lose where you came from? We all know Miles is getting older, so we're going to be seeing some growth in him thinking about and figuring stuff out along the way throughout this movie. As Miles makes his way throughout the different dimensions, each with their own unique art style, he'll meet countless other Spideys. They don't really have a final number for it, but they said it's around 240 unique characters that were designed and modeled for Across the Spider-Verse. That's pretty wild that we could see a roughly somewhat around that amount of Spider-Man in this movie, some that we know and some that may be brand new that we've never seen before. I was wondering about this character because the design looks cool and also how they brought her in with the motorcycle. They said Issa Rae will be voicing Jessica Drew, who is Spider-Woman, and that Jessica is a motorcycle riding phenom who helps mentor Gwen. I like how they're doing that. It's just like how Miles learned some stuff from Peter, so Gwen will be mentored by Jessica, and it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Phil and Chris mentioned that Miguel and Miles have a lot in common, but they don't always see eye to eye, especially when it comes to the safety of the multiverse. Chris teased that Miguel is not the villain of the movie. He's sort of an antagonist to Miles because they both think what they're doing is the right thing. I did wonder that about Miguel, not him being a villain, but why he was fighting Miles or seemed more aggressive towards him. They both view as what they're doing as the right thing, and that's what probably leads to some of their clashes. When it comes to the actual villain, his name is the Spot, a cryptic baddie with the ability to create portals between different dimensions. With his goofy, almost Dalmatian-like costume, he isn't necessarily an A-list comic book villain. But Phil and Chris said that the Spot's trippy powers make him a perfect character for animation with the abilities that allow him to bend reality, almost like an old Wile E. Coyote cartoon. We did actually get a new picture of him and Miles in it. Well, you can't see the Spot all the way, but you can tell it's him. It looks like they're in a grocery store. Maybe they were fighting and they wound up there because of his abilities. Or the fight is about to start. Miles does have part of his mask up, so he could be trying to reason with him, or the Spot tried to unmask Miles, one of the two. They continued with, they like the villains best when they reflect the journeys of the hero, sort of a dark mirror of the protagonist, and that they think the Spot's no different. He wants to be seen as legitimate. He's a character that has a silly costume and is not always seen as the top tier of the Spider-Man foes, but like all of us, he wants to be taken seriously. It seems the Spot will be going all out, at least not letting Spider-Man get in his way of being taken seriously. I think the meeting between Miles and the Spot will be a good one. We did get a look at a new poster for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. We could see Miles in the front with his suit scratched, either from getting away from a different Spider-Man or most likely Spider-Man 2099. Then we see in the background the other Spider-Man and women like Scarlet Spider-Man, Web-Slinger Spider-Man, Julia Carpenter Spider-Woman, Spider-Cat, and many more. But the main one I've been seeing a lot of people talk about is the Spider-Man to the right being from Spectacular Spider-Man. If you didn't know, it was a cartoon that ran from 2008 to 2009. It only got 2 seasons, but it was one of the good ones. So to see this character returning here, since they are adding in a lot of them into this movie, that would be nice to see, especially to many of the fans of that cartoon. They did have some images on their Twitter. You see Spider-Woman on a bike, Spider-Man India, who you probably seen earlier on the poster. I have never seen Spider-Man India, and I gotta say, the character design, the suit for this character just looks so cool. Then we got Spider-Punk doing 3 different things, and then they showed a design of Peter Parker and MJ's daughter. That was pretty cool that they showed her character design. I was wondering if they was going to lead out a mystery or not, but in the trailer you could tell that he has a kid now based on the, I don't know what it's called, but like the baby carrier thing that he has in front of him. And also in one of the scenes, it goes by real quick, but you can get a glimpse and see the character. They also showed off 3 different beautiful artworks of the different places for the different Spider-Man. I'm so hyped for this movie. I can't wait to see these places actually in the movie and just check out the different art styles that they'll be offering. Both of the movies look incredible, so I'm so excited for this. Comment below. I'm interested to hear y'all thoughts and opinions about the details that they talked about and some of the images that they showed off. Here's some more content to check out. On this channel, I do talk about TV shows, anime, and movies. If y'all have any requests, let me know. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.